Hi everyone, thanks for tuning into my channel Huub Hildenbrand Guitar Academia. Today we have another ear training lesson, and this is about chord progressions, singing arpeggios. So that's actually really just a very straightforward ear training practice you should do when you want to learn more about like these different chord qualities in the context of these actual progressions and like the normal thing actually. Yeah, so you have in music you mostly have, like in Western music, you mostly have chord progressions, and how you're training how to hear that is I think to a large extent it makes a lot of sense to sing the arpeggios through the piece. Yeah, and that's actually all we will do now in this lesson. And there's also a PDF where you see like certain patterns for these different chords, especially if you have more notes, like added nines and these kind of chords. I mean, it's really pretty straightforward, but of course, like there are like these 3 pages of for this lesson PDF, and if you download that, you have a reference also for this lesson or in general with these patterns, and also it supports this channel, so it would be a cool thing to do. Thank you. All right. Now singing arpeggios through a chord progression. We will take a jazz standard, which we took more often here in other courses also, especially on ear training. And the idea is really to get like different exercises and then put them in a way together to like a set of exercises where we can just also jump in between or switch exercises and really tackle like certain like problem areas or like things you really want to work on. So you have like different exercises, different ways how to approach things with the ear and practicing that you also be able to hear that and that you really get into that. Yeah, so all these ear training, what I mean just is all these ear training exercises we're doing here, they really work very good by themselves, but later on there are also it's actually like different exercises of a whole, like more or less kind of complete set of things, of practices you can do. All right, so we take this chord progression of this jazz standard, and I have it here down in front of me on the floor, although I know that by heart, of course, but it's good to have that as a reference here. And it's in the PDF. Okay, so it's pretty much just about singing chord arpeggios and progressing through the chord progression. That's all there is. But there are a few things to say about that, because first of all, what we always do here is singing on note names. Yeah, we always use our note names to sing scales, arpeggios, whatever. And the idea, of course, is to also get this get the names really connected with the different structures, and also of course to learn the fretboard, to really learn that, and yeah, I think that for many of us this is quite a challenge actually to really learn all the notes on this fretboard, and also it has also some kind of advantage, because it encourages in a way like also perfect pitch to grow. I'm practicing that right now, also perfect pitch, and that's really about that every note has a certain like characteristic color, so you recognize notes by its its color, or timbre, like the note timbre, like A has a different timbre as B flat, and so on. And by just naming always the notes you sing, you also, this encourages also this kind of ability to grow simultaneously. Okay, so we sing on note names, and also that's on these optional. There are some points which are optional, but that's actually quite. I mean, there are actually like two, you can say, and there are two approaches to singing arpeggios. In a way, they should come together, but you can like have your focus on both of them separately. And the one is actually to really sing these notes very, very accurate. Yeah, if you sing this E, it should be really an E, and what you do, if you, before you sing a note, you try to really have that note mentally very clear in your head, that an instant, so just before you actually sing it, you already have it in your head, in your ear, in your inner imagination. And then you sing it right, the exact note. You would not have to correct it in any way. You just sing the right note, and then you imagine the next note and you sing it. Yeah, so go, maybe if you're really practicing this kind of a like mental hearing and have a mental imagination before of the note you will sing, then this can be really like a kind of a slow practice. It can really be very slow, very accurate, really dealing with this inner imagination. And the other mode is completely opposite. The other mode is sing as fast as possible. And of course, not singing wrong notes, but maybe the focus is more on, be as close as possible and to the notes. Of course, sing them right, but maybe this intonation can be like maybe just like a quarter tone, maybe up until a quarter tone, can be maybe off. Just it's not so much about accuracy, but it's about singing very, very quick to get this to just roll off this arpeggio. You know, that's more becoming like one sound in a way. Yeah? I mean, this is an extreme. I would say it's more an extreme. Of course, at the end you have to combine both. Yeah, you have to sing it as quick as possible. Yeah, in a more fast way, but at the same time controlled. And the best thing would be to just have this little instant, which can be really short. Very short time before you sing it, that you have it in your imagination. Yeah, that it's not the voice is doing it, and you, in a way, you do not really know why you got this note right. I mean, this is really something what would happen. So, that you sing something and you think, yeah, I can sing a perfect fifth, but to really imagine that note before, and then also to have a really clear picture before you sing that note, that's actually a different story. Yeah, sometimes it takes some practice to really get that, and until you don't have that, you are maybe always a little bit unsure about the whole thing. Yeah. Okay, so you have these two different modes. That's really I think that's really important to know, to be aware of, that you don't mix them in a way. Yeah, that your focus is either to learn this, to sing this arpeggio quite quick, or to be really accurate and have this mental image before you sing the actual note. You can also, on that, but that's also another exercise, which is also on this optional points here, is like to to practice like singing the whole arpeggio up and down mentally, like just mentally in your inner ear. That's another exercise, but that's maybe going a bit too far now. I mean, we are. Yeah, I think that's really like this optional thing, and from time to time you can do that just to challenge yourself also and get this mental image. I mean, it's very, very, very effective, of course. But for now we are dealing really with this, like singing and to just be able to make the arpeggios with our mouth. That's with our voice to just be able to show these sounds by singing them. And this whole thing, of course, in a progression through the different chords. Okay, the first chord is E minor 7 flat 5. I can what I can do, I can try to first, before I start this exercise, which is also a good idea, to settle in this tonality, to come into this. This is a D minor tune. This whole tune is in D minor, and I can really play a little bit or sing the scale up and down or whatever to really settle myself in that tonality. But for now, I will not do that. I will just start directly with the actual exercise. So we take an E minor 7 flat 5 chord. So we play our E, because I don't expect that you have perfect pitch, and you know that. Yeah. Okay. So we hear that note, and then we sing the arpeggio on note names. E, G, B flat, D, B flat, G, E. Okay? E, G, B flat, D, B flat, G, E. And as I said, we can really concentrate on doing that slow and really E, and then imagine the next note, G, next note, B flat, next note, D, and then back. I mean, I already sang it, so it's not so hard to imagine these notes. But the other idea is like la la da hi da di da da, la di da di da da da, la da di da di da da, la da da di da da da, la da da di da da da. There to go more for a quicker version, and more this whole pattern. Sing this pattern more as a chord. Actually, that's one sound in a way. Yeah. So you try to force this a little bit and try to sing it quick. If you have really trouble with singing that, just take your time. Yeah. Just play these notes. Just play these notes. Always like. Yeah. Learn it by singing. I mean, you can play it, and you can also play chords like as voicings and so on. But I would not I would simplify the whole exercise and really go only the path of singing, learning by singing, interval by interval, or you play it E, G, E, G, E, G, E, G, E, G, E, G, B flat, E, G, E, G, B flat, G, E, B flat, G, B flat, G, E. Yeah, and that way you get more and more familiar with these sounds. Just sing them in any way to help yourself by playing them, that you're correct, and that you get certain notes which you can't think of, and then you go more and more into E, G, B flat, D, B flat, G, E, and then you go to the next chord. Yeah, you have to know where to go, of course, and it's A7, so I know I'm on the root. I'm always on the root at the end and at the beginning of these patterns. So because I sing them up and I sing them down, so I end on the root. So I also have my root progression. Yeah, and I know like E, A. I know perfect fifths goes to A. Yeah, then that's my root progression. E, A, C sharp, D, C sharp, E, A, C sharp, E, G, E, C sharp, A, C sharp, G. Oh, it's quite challenging to do these lessons here because I have to focus more on what I'm doing actually. So A, C sharp, E, G, E, C sharp, A, and then you go on D, F, A, C, A, F, D, D, F sharp, A, C, A, F sharp, D. You can also always check each note after you sang it, like every note, like D, G, B flat, D, F, D, B flat, G, C, E, G, B flat, G, C, F, A, C, E, C, A, F, F, E, G, B flat, D, B flat, G, E, A, C sharp, D, A, C sharp, E, G, E, C sharp, A, D, F, A, C, A, F, D, G, B flat, D, B flat, D, F, D, B flat, G, B flat. Now the dominant chord on the B flat, B flat, D, F, A flat, F, D, B flat. All right, let me just show you this exercise for this whole progression. I will just go through the whole progression one time. I will go through that so that you get a real clear picture what is kind of the idea and the goal and the sound, and so you are practicing to really be able to sing these arpeggios in this progression. Yeah, and yeah, so, and you also have this root progression implied, of course. That's also the cool thing, yeah. Because we had another lesson on root progression, and these are, as I said, all these lessons are really connected. In the end, at the end, you will see that we can really have this complete set to which helps us to attack a certain weak area or what we want to work on. So. The root progression is also something what keeps what's like the strongest pass in a progression, in a chord progression. So the strongest melody, you can say, like this fundament, like where the chords are built on. So only practicing this root progression really gives you already a lot of informations, also to really refer to that pass, also when it comes to pre-hear the next chord, or like to have just a pass of going through the chord progression. So, for example, if I sing this E, G, B flat, D, B flat, G, D, E, sorry, E, G, B flat, D, B flat, G, E, and then I have an E, and I have my A in my head already. A, and then with this A, also the chord comes in almost by itself. A, C sharp, E, G. Yeah, it's there, just triggered by this root in a way. Yeah, but of course, first you have to learn this root progression. Then you have to sing these arpeggios to really know these different qualities of the chord, but then these both root progression and qualities come together, and then you have a really strong pass also when it comes to improvisation, especially in jazz with all these seventh chords and alterations and added ninths, 11s, 13s, and so on. Yeah, this makes a lot sense. All right, so we go. I do one time through the whole exercise. Okay. Okay. E, G, B flat, D, B flat, G, E, A, C sharp, E, G, E, C sharp, A, D, F, A, C, A, F, D, D, F sharp, A, C, A, F sharp, D, G, B flat, D, F, D, B flat, G, C, E, G, B flat, G, E, C. So I'm a bit off. I have to be careful actually a bit, I think. So you always can also help you by just always playing the note after you sing it. So let's do that again from G here. G, B flat, D, F, D, B flat, G, C, E, G, B flat, G, E, C, F, A, C, E, C, A, F, F, E, G, B flat, D, B flat, G, E, C, A, C sharp, E, G, E, C sharp, A, D, F, A, C, A, F, D, G, B flat, G, B flat, D, F, D, B flat, G, B flat, D, F, A flat, F, A flat, F, D, B flat, D, F, A flat, F, D, B flat, A, C sharp, E, G, E, C sharp, A, C sharp, E, G, A, E, C sharp, A. It's a bit confusing, sorry, you might think, oh, why he's singing always the wrong notes there, the wrong names. When I practice that, or sing on note names, I always use the German note names. Yeah, because like C sharp, A, C sharp, E, it's A cis E D, yeah, A cis E G, E cis A. It's like every note name in German which has like a sharp or flat has just one syllable. Yeah, and now by concentrating on this other language, I get a little bit confused also with this note name. So it's like for this, for example, Bes D F S F D Bes A C C G E cis A. So I'm more used to this German system, and it's also the thing is, you don't have to sing that very quick. But if you really want to sing that very quick, you have to make maybe if your English is your language, you have to find ways how to make these notes just one syllable. Yeah, or you take the German German version. So you learn German only for the note names. That would be cool. Okay, so where are we? Let's go to this. To the fourth line, yeah, first ending. D, F, A, C, A, F, D, G, B, D, F, D, B, G, E, E, G, B, B flat, D, B flat, D, G, E, A, C sharp, E, G, A, G, E, C sharp, A, okay? G, E, C sharp, A, G, E, C sharp, A. And then from top. Let me do that in German one more time. I, G, Bes, D, Bes, G, E, A, cis, E, G, E, cis, A, D, F, A, C, A, F, D, D, Fis, A, C, A, Fis, D, G, Bes, D, F, D, Bes, G, C, E, G, Bes, G, E, C, F, C, E, F, A, C, E, C, A, F, F, A, C, E, C, A, F, F, E, E, G, Bes, D, Bes, G, E, A, cis, E, G, E, cis, A, D, F, A, C, A, F, D. And sometimes, what I just recognized actually, sometimes I just take my fingers there to do what I sing, but I don't play it in a way that maybe also helps me to get the notes also a little bit. But I think it's a good thing to have this connection. I mean, I could also do that mentally, of course. Yeah, so just thinking of D, D, F, D, F, A, C, A, F, D. Yeah, I can just mentally sing, and that's also a good thing to practice. Mentally sing through the different progression scales and whatever, and be able to visualize that on the fretboard with the correct name. And yeah, that's. But I just recognize that I also use these shapes here, and funny. Okay, where are we? Where are we now? Let's like third line again. D, and then we go to the second ending. D, F, A, D, F, A, C, A, F, D. Third line. G, G, B flat, D, F, D, B flat, G, B flat, D, F, A flat, G, A flat, F, D, B flat, A, C sharp, E, G, E, C sharp, A, D, F, A, C, A, F, D, B, D, F, A, F, D, B, bass, D, F, A flat, F, D, B flat, bass. Languages. A, C sharp, E, G, E, C sharp, A, D, F, A, B, A, F, D. And this B is actually the major sixth. So I really want to have that arpeggio there, because I would not play a D minor 7 at the end of this tune. Yeah, it's a minor tune, and like if I'm in jazz, I would maybe add the sixth to that chord to have like an ending chord, or even the ninth. And you have all these kinds of patterns here for these different chords. So for ninths, for D minor 6 ninths, would be like D, F, A, B, E, A, E, B, A, F, D, F, A, B, E, B, A, F, D. Yeah? Or for an A dominant 7th flat 9, A, C sharp, E, G, B flat, G, E, C sharp, A. Yeah? Or sharp 9, A, C sharp, E, G, C, or B sharp, G, E, C sharp, A. Or D minor major, D, F, A, C sharp, A, F, D. Yeah, you have all these different kinds of chords there. So added ninths chord to the sevenths, or the added ninths to the triad. So you can also have like a D, F, A, E, F, D, D, F, A, E, F, D. Yeah, so you have all these different kinds of possibilities, and you really need those, of course, also to practice these sounds, these like seventh chord with added with extensions, and especially when you deal with jazz. Yeah, then you really should also sing these versions, and you can also reduce yourself just doing this 2/5 thing here, and then sing like E, G, B flat, D. Sorry, what I'm doing? E, G, B flat, E, G, B flat, D, D, F sharp, D, B flat, G, E. You have to have this major ninth, and then for example, A, C sharp, E, G, B flat, C. Yeah, to have both. I mean, whatever. I mean, it's just the principle. The system is always the same, and when you have like completely different chords or chords which are not here on that page, you can make up your own pattern. Yeah, just look for this for the chord on that page, the different patterns, the different kinds of chords you have there, and yeah, if there are other sounds, just make up your own pattern. All right, I think that's it. You can also use triads, of course, but it's all there. It's all there. So it's not like it's not about a style here. Yeah? It's not about jazz or it's not about classical music or whatever. It's just about chord progressions. Once you have chord progressions, it doesn't matter in which style you just can just sing these arpeggios in that way what I just demonstrated. Yeah, you start from the root, sing it up and down, and go by following the root progression to the next chord. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, so I think and yeah, it's a really like straightforward exercise. Yeah, that's something what is like a normal thing to do in a way. I really did not invent that. That's what just straightforward. That's the way you do it. Yeah. So if you're by yourself and you just have your instrument and your voice and a chord progression, then you can go ahead and learn to sing all these arpeggios. And as I said, chords which you do not find here, chord qualities which you do not find here, you make up your own pattern, or you can also reduce like more complex chords to smaller simple. I mean, to simplify things, you know. You could reduce a whole jazz progression only to the triads, for example. Okay, anyway, but I think you really got it, and yeah. So I hope it helps you, this approach. I hope you got something out of this lesson. So I wish you all the best practicing that stuff, and hopefully it will really help you with your own progression in music. And yeah, so that's it. Please, if you like these lessons here on Guitar Academia, subscribe to my channel and also click the bell button to get notifications when a new video will be released. This will be the case every week, and we will have some more ear training, as I said, more ear training lessons, which actually then at the end they will really function as a kind of a whole, like a set of tools you can have. So stay tuned. Also, you can support this channel. Just go down in the description below. There is a link to my website, hoophildenbrand.com. There on the Guitar Academia page, there you find a button where you can donate. And yeah, so this would be also really cool if you want to be more involved here in this whole thing, and so that I'm able also to share all that stuff with you. And yeah, would be really cool. All right, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching. My name is Hoop Hildenbrand.